Every hour, and we've been continuing to cover the very latest with Iran, the Middle East, and so much more. Hi, everyone. Mike Pace here. Thanks so much again for joining us this evening. As all throughout the day, we will continue to bring you these updates all in real time. We heard from the White House that they closed the press lid for President Trump. So if there is no major breaking news, we won't see him on camera. Maybe tomorrow will be the day that we get another statement from the president on camera. But we'll be keeping an eye on all of those details for you right here on Live Now from Fox. This was the big Truth Social that President Trump put out a little bit more than about 2 hours ago, saying Khamenei is dead. One of the most evil people in history is dead. This is not only justice for the people of Iran, but for all great Americans and those people from many countries throughout the world. They have been killed or mutilated by him and his gang of bloodthirsty thugs. He was unable to avoid our intelligence and highly sophisticated tracking systems, and working closely with Israel, there was not a thing he or the other leaders that may have been killed along with him could do. This is the single greatest chance for the Iranian people to take back their country. We are hearing that many of their IRGC military and other security and police forces no longer want to fight and are looking for immunity from us. As I said last night, now they can have immunity. Later, they only get death. Hopefully, the IRGC and police will peacefully merge with the Iranian patriots and work together as a unit to bring back the country to the greatness it deserves. That process should soon be starting, in that not only the death of the supreme leader, but the country has been in one way, in one day, very much destroyed and even obliterated. The heavy and pinpoint bombing, however, will continue uninterrupted throughout the week, or as long as necessary to achieve our objective of peace throughout the Middle East and indeed the world. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump putting out on Truth Social. We want to showcase just a little bit of the behind the scenes that Reuters is able to report on some of this intel that we are learning of the process for President Trump, and really these geopolitical ties that have really been measured and calculated within the last couple of months. Reuters are reporting ahead of the U.S. attack on Iran, President Donald Trump received briefings that not only delivered blunt assessments about the risk of major U.S. casualties, but also touted the prospect of a geopolitical shift in the Middle East in favor of U.S. interests. A U.S. official told Reuters the launch of what the Pentagon called Operation Epic Fury on Saturday plunged the Middle East into a new and unpredictable conflict. The U.S. and Israeli military struck sites across Iran, triggering retaliatory Iranian attacks against Israel and nearby Gulf Arab countries. The official who continued to speak, and we'll get to you some more video here in just moments, but again, talked a lot about the situation of where we're at right now in these next couple of hours and really leading into the next couple of days as well. Also want to show you this here by U.S. Central Command putting this out on X, saying a historic first. CENTCOM's task force Scorpion Strike, for the first time in history, is using one-way attack drones in combat during Operation Epic Fury. These low-cost drones, modeled after Iran's Shahed drones, are now delivering American-made retribution. So we'll keep an eye on all of the new details that are coming for you right here on Live Now from Fox. I do want to continue to update you here on just really these last couple of weeks, the buildup to this strike by Israel and the United States. More from Reuters. The briefings from Trump's national security team help explain how the president decided to pursue arguably the riskiest U.S. military operation since the invasion of Iraq back in 2003. Ahead of the strikes, President Trump received multiple briefings from officials, including the CIA director and U.S. General Dan Kane, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of of Staff, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. On Thursday, Admiral Brad Cooper, who leads U.S. forces in the Middle East as the head of Central Command, flew to Washington to join discussions in the White House Situation Room. A second U.S. official said that before the strikes, the White House had been briefed on risks associated with operations against Iran, including retaliatory strikes on multiple U.S. bases in the region by Iranian missiles that could overwhelm defenses, as well as Iranian proxies attacking U.S. troops in Iraq and Syria. The official said that despite the massive military buildup by the United States, there were limits to the air defense systems that had been rushed into the region. And that, again, is what we are looking at for Iran, where it looked like, again, if they had any defense systems, they were very fastly overrun or destroyed once again by the U.S. forces and Israeli forces as well. So again, we're keeping an eye on all of the developments here.